Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Fall is in the air, starting to get close to sweater weather, which I love, and for those of you who write, you might know what else is coming. NaNoWriMo. Now if you clicked on this video, chances are you already know what NaNoWriMo is, but just in case you don't, NaNoWriMo stands for National Novel Writing Month. NaNoWriMo takes place every November, and the goal is to write 50,000 words in 1 month, which sounds like a lot, and kind of it is. But for reference, 50,000 words is a very short end of a novel. So if you imagine one of those ebooks that you find on Amazon that you read in like 3 hours, that's the length that we're going for. In many cases, it's not anything publishable. But the goal is not to make a publishable book in 30 days, because that would be insane. The goal is just to write 50,000 words, and that can be towards something just for fun to get you out of a creative slump, or it could be an idea that you've really wanted to use for a long time and just have never done, and that 50,000 words could be what starts you off on a really great rough draft, which isn't publisher ready by any means, but it's a great place to start for any book. I have participated in NaNoWriMo now, I think 5 times, although a lot of those times were started with great intentions and then abandoned after like less than a week. So, needless to say, I have not won 5 times. In fact, I've only won once, which was last year. In fact, here is my winner t-shirt. Ooh. But after a few months of staying at home and then a few months of going back to work and wishing I didn't have to go to work, I started brainstorming. Now, that sounds really official. It sounds like what you used to do in school when you'd be given some creative writing assignment and they're like, okay, I want you to brainstorm, and you have to like draw the little spider web and write out all your ideas, and it ends up being like an essay or something. Yeah, no, that's not what my brainstorming is. I mean, eventually it will look something like that. But right now, my brainstorming, really just thinking real hard, and then that's it. Now for those of you who have done NaNoWriMo or know a little bit about it, you may know that October is also known as Preptober. That is the month that is full on devoted to plots and timelines and brainstorming and just getting every single iota of a plan down on paper so that when November 1st rolls around, you're ready to just start writing. So this month, my goal is to really create a nice space to write and basically get some ideas. I'm just gonna let things marinate until I know what direction I'd like to go. I am notorious for having one plan all through October that I'm working so hard on, and then November 1st rolls around and I think, I want to write something else. But for this year, I want to make it easier on myself and actually have a plan. However, I also want to keep in mind the idea that I could change my mind. So what I've planned on doing is throughout the month of October, I would like to sort of plan out a few different stories that I would be interested in writing, so that I have sort of the groundwork laid no matter which story I end up choosing. And then if I end up starting to gravitate toward one, I'll put a little bit more effort into that one. And then when November 1st rolls around, no matter what I choose, I'll end up with something interesting and something that I have a place to start from instead of just pantsing it, because that was painful last year. I got through it, and I did get through it early, but it was painful. If you want to learn any more about NaNoWriMo, I recommend checking out NaNoWriMo.org. This is not sponsored. I am not fancy enough for sponsorships. But it's a really fun website, and it's really awesome to just kind of go through and see what they have. A lot of pep talks, there's encouragement, there's different forums that you can go on that talk about the different genres you might be interested in. There's lots of ideas for stories that people have had and then abandoned and leave up for grabs. So if you are thinking, I would love to do NaNoWriMo, but I have no idea what to write, you can always go in there and see if anything sparks an idea. And now is the perfect time. You don't have to have this novel that's been in your head for years that you just, have always wanted to write down, and now is your perfect chance. You could go into this on day one and have absolutely no idea what you're going to write and still bust out a 50,000 word novel in a month. So I definitely recommend checking it out, even just to see what it's like. Even if you're not going to participate this year, if you're not quite ready yet, just look and see what the website's all about, because I tell you, it's a lot of fun. And even though I've only won once, I have done it so many years just because it's a really fun thing, and it's always a memorable part of the autumn for me. So for the next couple of months, I'm going to take you on my NaNoWriMo journey with me. We're going to go through brainstorming and plotting and just figuring out what sort of project I'm going to be working on, and I'll talk about the things that have really helped me through NaNoWriMo, and what's helped me be successful, and things that I might do differently this year. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun, so hopefully you stick around and that you have fun too. See you next time.